Hello all. Someone asked today about a tutorial for rollover tasks because they were having difficulty with things multiplying when they shouldn't. So sometimes this is user error just because you don't understand how to set up your repeating and rollover tasks. But there is a possibility that you're experiencing a glitch. So I just wanted to demonstrate how it is supposed to work, so that if yours is not working like this, then you can submit a support ticket. So the first thing about repeating and rollover tasks is the rollover. You need to make sure that you understand whether you have the default of rollover incomplete tasks checked, and pay attention to that when you're making your tasks. So here I do have it set to be my default. So under calendar settings, you can make sure that it is this yellow gold color, not the gray. So the first thing I want to do, I have my task categories as my to-do, which are the things that I need to do that are not part of my routines, which are this task box here, routines. So I am going to type in a fresh to-do list item. And we all know that I love my emojis, so I'm going to use my keyboard shortcut. I need to replace the toilet flange in one of my bathrooms. So I'm going to type replace flange and enter. So notice that there's no, unless I hover over here, the little icons come up, the three icons here, but otherwise you don't see anything. That's because I do not have this set to repeat, which is what these arrows indicate. So they're gray, so that means it's not set to repeat. And if we click on that, we can see does not repeat, but because I have chosen rollover incomplete tasks as my default, that is checked, which is what I want, because if I don't for some reason get to replace the flange on Wednesday, I still need to get it done, so it'll roll over into Thursday, Friday, until whenever I can do it. So that one's done. That's just exactly how I'm going to leave. Most all of my to-do tasks are like that. They're not going to repeat, but I do want them to roll over. And so when I look up at this box, I will just see the task, and unless I'm hovering, I won't see any of these. Now down in this routine box, the reason I chose this particular day to show is because I have kind of different examples of daily, weekly, monthly. Some roll over, some I don't want to roll over. It depends on the situation. So as you can see though, they all have the yellow repeating arrows that are showing. That means that these are all repeating tasks. So these first two, Bible reading and my daily text, these are daily, and because they're daily repeating tasks, they end never. I've unchecked the rollover incomplete task. So because it's already on my routines list from here on out, I definitely do not want it to roll over to the next day, because then I'm going to have two and on the next day, and if I don't check it off another time, so there are times that I don't get this done, so I do not want it to roll over. So this is how I want this. The writing a letter is not going to be a daily task. It's a weekly task that I'm hopefully going to do on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Ending never, and again, I don't have rollover because I know that these are the only days that I have set aside that if I have time to do it on Wednesdays and Saturdays, I will, but I don't want it to roll over. Pills, that's a daily, same thing. I don't want it to roll over because I'm not going to take 2 pills the next day if for some reason I forgot. Vacuuming and sweeping, that's what I do on Wednesdays. So I have it set up weekly for Wednesdays, but it is something that if I don't get to it on Wednesday, I probably am going to want to try to do it another day at the end of the week. So I do have it rollover. It's just, it depends on the task of what you're setting up, if whether you want it to roll over or not. The only thing for sure that you don't want to roll over is a daily task. But here's the garbage to the curb. This is a weekly task that's going to happen on Wednesdays, but I don't want it to roll over because if I forget on Wednesday, I can't put it out on Thursday. And here's a monthly repeating task to change the air conditioning filter. Monthly on the day 8 of the month, but I do want it to roll over because if for some reason I don't get to it on Wednesday, I am going to want to still do it. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it'll keep rolling over until I get it done. Now, here's where one of the idiosyncrasies in the program lies. Let's say, I already have all of these. They're repeating, set up. So we look on the 8th of January, we're going to find the change AC filter. We're going to look at next Wednesday. We're going to take the garbage to the curb. If we look at tomorrow, we'll see all the daily tasks. Let's say I decide I'm looking at my routines list. I would like to move Jenna's pills up here next to my pills. Now, you'll see that now we do not see the repeating arrows. And if we click on it, it says does not repeat, does not roll over. So I might think, oh, I did that. I need to set it up so that it repeats. And if I did that, I clicked on this and I clicked daily and repeat, it would literally make another entry, and I would go to tomorrow, and now there would be 2 sets of Jenna's pills that would repeat every day. So it did change this particular entry, but it did not change. So if we look here on the next day, on Thursday, Jenna's pills are there. They're at the bottom of the list. We go to the Friday, Jenna's pills are there. They're at the bottom of the list. So if you wanted to permanently move one of the items from the list to another position in the list, my suggestion would be to just copy it, highlight it like this, Control C, and then delete it, and then enter it in and start over. But that could be sometimes where you have moved something and it's taken away the formatting that you had, and you thought, oh, I need to redo that. So you make it repeating again, and now you've got multiple. So that could be one of the issues that some people are seeing, or that they have set up both on a daily task, repeating and rollover, and they've started to stack up. So I'm going to load the video. If you have any questions about repeating and rollover, you can ask on that thread. But hopefully some of this information was helpful.